Palantir literally does it again, being ranked number one as the top vendor for artificial intelligence, data science, and machine learning. Now, this is different than most recent one from Forrester, where actually Dresner Now Advisory Services this year has recognized Palantir as a top performer once again, which I actually covered about a less than a year ago back in October regarding being number one in their study too for 2023. Now, there are multiple categories, and Palantir received the highest scores in multiple ones, leading to this overall number one ranking. But they excelled against their competitors with analytical features and functions, model operations, and usability. Now, for Dresner's chief research officer, essentially their AI DSML research is supposed to reflect how industry today is really paying more attention to these technologies in order to transform their organizations, where the main value is in enhancing operations, improving forecasting, and driving actual innovation, which Palantir has been talking about in all their marketing materials, and actually operationalizing AI today, as we've seen in their latest AIPCon 5 event. And he crucially points out, with Gen AI being the hot topic it is today, I'd say the rise in production use and experimental application sounds to be right up Palantir's alley, where they have the guardrail management in place, the ontology, as well as the expertise with utilizing LLMs the way that organizations are intending to, instead of dealing with the ambiguity of what data exactly is being used and when and by where and who. And Palantir has got that down pat, especially with their work with the military. And of course, Palantir is gracious in receiving this recognition and is ready to step up the plate for serving organizations who want to get use cases down today with, say, an AIP bootcamp. Now, first of all, when I saw this news, I know I'm already spoiled because I'm in that feeling of if they're not number one, then something must be wrong. But obviously, Palantir is still competing with others in AI, which, with any emerging market with a super fast growing total addressable market or TAM, then that is right for someone to try to go after those dollars. And it's not unheard of for someone to just show up out of nowhere. Although you can argue Palantir is that organization, considering a lot of people just assume big tech FANG will be the market leaders. But Palantir for sure is giving them a run for their money, as you can see in this study, even if they don't have the built-in distribution that, say, a Microsoft, Amazon, and Google have, especially as major cloud providers. But regardless, it's great to have this confirmation from outside researching continue to rank Palantir as the number one and the best, because although I cover Palantir and those who follow this too, the broader market is still discovering the kind of vendors that can even quote unquote do AI for them. So wherever Palantir can get help in widening their reach and getting their name out, I'm all for it. Plus, this kind of studies are useful because they are comparative and not just marketing material where you have to look at, say, for an individual company without any kind of context to compare. So it's much more useful for Palantir when they show up on these rankings outside of their own material. And maybe this can lead to several conversations starting that ultimately ends up into maybe prospective customers attending boot camps and then getting real AI use cases to justify signing on to a multi-year, multi-million dollar contract. Who knows? So all I can say is keep with the good work. Obviously, they've been doing great product development and innovation wise and has been working thus far. So definitely don't fix what's not broken. But what are your thoughts below? And I'll see you in the next video.